Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Back today with more on the D610, and what I want to talk to you about today is one of my favorite lenses on the D610, and that is the Nikon 50mm f1.8G. Probably Nikon's greatest value out of the entire Nikon lens arsenal is the 50mm f1.8G. At around $200, you just can't beat it. And that's regardless of price. This thing is sharp as a tack, and the performance out of this lens is insane. I don't really think there's another lens in the whole arsenal that beats it. Sure, you can get faster, but can you get better in the terms of overall performance? So sharpness, all the other characteristics, color, contrast, everything. This lens right here for 200 bucks, you just can't beat it. But let's continue and look at it on the D610. Here's the D610 with the 24 to 85 kit lens. And as I've mentioned in the past video, it's fairly compact and it fits nicely on here. But there's a nice transformation, at least in my mind, when we take off the kit lens, the 24 to 85, and there it is right there. You could see that pretty much the kit lens looks to be the same size as the 50mm f1.8, but that's with the hood on it. It's actually probably almost half the size of the 50mm f1.8. When we take our lens cap off, yeah, it's about half the size, and I would say probably that it's a third of the weight, which is significant because that's one of the things I really like when we take this 50mm f1.8. We pop it onto the 610. You see how nice and small and light it is. But now, well, obviously you can't see how light it is, but it does feel significantly lighter. And to my mind, and to my way of shooting, I really like the feel of how light the 610 becomes with the 50mm f1.8. So now you've got a lens that's capable of delivering the best that the D610 is capable of. And there's an amazing sensor in the D610. The image quality is insane, both at high ISO and just in terms of right across the board, in terms of dynamic range, color depth, detail, everything. And the 50 f1.8 really lets this thing shine. The 50 f1.8 is a normal lens in the sense of the focal length. So you can use it for just about anything. You can use your feet to zoom, so if you need to get in closer, you come up closer with it. If you need to back up, you can backpedal with the old feet there, and you can get wider. And probably the most versatile lens as far as you can do anything with it. It's super fast, f1.8. I say super fast. There's not a huge difference between f1.8 and f1.4. Sure, people will be like, oh, no, f1.4 is whatever. But on the full frame sensor here, the f1.8, the background blows out beautifully. The bokeh, no matter how you want to say it, is quite nice on this. And at the FX sensor, it's very shallow depth of field at f1.8 already. Almost really no need for f1.4, especially when you consider that this sucker's only 200 bucks to add to your 610. I would say everybody should own the 50mm f1.8G. Every Nikon shooter out there should own this because it's amazing on FX, but it's also amazing on DX. So this is a lens everybody should have, and it just, to me, transforms the 610 beautifully. The weight difference once we put the 50mm f1.8G on the 610 is quite significant, and it becomes a camera that I don't mind walking around with it for extended periods of time. So, with it around my neck, it's not heavy, and it's really nice ergonomically, and it's a really nice lens. It's a very nicely balanced lens with the 610 as far as it being so small, and it makes the 610 less of a weight. Even in just comparison with the small and light zoom there. If you want to shoot in dim lighting situations, the 50 f1.8 is definitely a great lens for that because it lets not only the high ISO abilities of the D610 shine, it also gives you better autofocus because more light's getting into the camera can see better, and it seems to have faster focus whenever I've got the f1.8 on here. It focuses quickly and snappy. You want to shoot a portrait? You don't even need to worry about bringing in the external lighting, any of the studio lighting. Throw the f1.8 on, find a little bit of window light, and these two just shine together. a little bit of window light on somebody is always a nice portrait anyways, if you set it up nicely. And with the 50 f1.8 and the ability to blow out your background, and with the amazing characteristics of the sensor on this thing, it's a beautiful combination for portraits. Some people say, well, you shouldn't be shooting portraits with a 50, you need an 85. I disagree. I've done some pretty nice stuff, especially with the kids just lately while I've had the 610 here. The 50 is a favorite of mine. So basically, to sum it up, the 50 f1.8G looks amazing, feels amazing. It's a great combination with the D610. It allows the 610 sensor to really shine. You get beautiful results from that 24 megapixel sensor, and it lets the sensor perform to its fullest. So highly recommended combination. And if it sounds like I'm raving about it, it's because I am. Not only do I love the 50 and I know its results, it brings out the best in any Nikon body, the 610 is an amazing image sensor. So when you put the two together, it's just phenomenal. And I highly encourage you to try it for yourself. Go to the store, take a card with you, and shoot a 50mm on the D610. I think you'll be impressed at what it can do. So thanks for tuning in, folks. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on the 610, and we'll keep you up to date with what's going on in the world of photography, videography, and technology right here at artoftheimage.com. Thanks a lot, folks.